Day 20. Return to exercise program with Jules. We are going to do our quick squeezes and our long holds after some 360 breath practice in a position of your choice. I'm going to lay on my side. Try not to squish my microphone. But if you want to stand, sit on a bench, whatever. Do what you need to do. Here I am on my side. Hand to feel my ribcage expand out to the side. As a reminder, this 360, it's all about that pressure management, right? So we want the air to be evenly distributing, to be able to give that little massage down our back to keep it nice and loose and not just coming through the front where we might be too loose and expanding all the way down into the pelvis and the pelvic floor. So we're getting a full range of motion on those pelvic floor muscles. There's a lot of pieces to this, which is why we keep coming back to it. So I hope that we aren't getting just complacent on this and like, yeah, Jules, we're breathing, but reminding ourselves of why we care, because this core unit, the breathing, is the center of everything we do. So core to extremities, that's how it works. So do not look past the breathing. It is important. All right, here we go. Inhale. Rib cage expands. There goes all the way down into the pelvic floor. Exhale. Lightly draw in and up without forcing the air out, letting it just flow on out. Inhale. Inhale. Expand, relax, release, exhale, light pelvic floor squeeze. Let the air come out naturally. Draw the rib cage in. 2 more. All right, we're going to do our quick squeezes. So inhale, relax. And squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. 2 more, squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. As always, slow that down as you need to. Okay, now a long hold. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Hold the squeeze. Keep breathing or talking or laughing or whatever it is you're doing by maintaining that squeeze consciously, trying to keep it up there at like 50%, maybe 20, and relax. The degree of squeezing isn't what's important. I really don't want you to be at 100% squeezing. But it's more about knowing that you're being able to hold, having control over that hold, as opposed to anything else. So since I'm on my side, I'm switching sides to do a second set of this. You can be wherever you wish. So inhale. I'm going to do a couple just to loosen up my ribcage on this side, I think. Inhale. Relax, that's better. Exhale. Let the air come out, ribcage comes down. 1 more for me here. Inhale. Relax, release, lengthen. Exhale, air comes out, rib cage in. Awesome. Now here we go with my squeezes. Inhale, relax. And squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. Squeeze, relax. All right, here's my long hold. Squeeze and keep it up there, consciously knowing that you're contracting those muscles, but you're not holding your breath. You're just making sure they're working, they're working for you, and relax. Yes. Way to bring it every time with that. It takes a lot of focus, takes some control. Totally worth it. 90-90 switches. We're just going to be going back and forth, not really holding. If you want to pause and hold, by all means, pause and hold. I'm going to have my knee and my ankle on the mat, hands behind me. Oh, I'm totally on the wrong side. There we go. My hands behind me to start because I'm really just wanting to warm up my hips without having to worry about my core too much right now. So I'm just letting them fall side to side like a really big windshield wiper. Pressing. You can stay here if you feel like you're up for it. You can bring yourself up to do these switches. Yeah. Actually, I need to put my fingertips back down. So trying to sit up a little straighter for me here. I wasn't quite getting enough. I think I'm a little stiff through the backside today. So this is better. Good, not sure how many that was, but go enough until you don't feel as stiff. Pause and get a little extra stretch if you want to. Longer than that, though. Definitely would take longer than that if you're really going to turn that into a more of a direct hip stretch. Not as dynamic as we just did. And we're going to come up for some air squats. So feet shoulder width or a little bit wider. You can go narrow. Doesn't really matter where it is. As long as you're tracking those knees over your toes. Sending those hips back, keeping that chest high. Good old air squat for 10 to 12. Oh, I think I did more than that. Good for me. Oh, foot always wants to go. Dee, dee, dee. Tight, tight, tight I am on that side. All right. We're going to do a half kneel. So just come to a half kneel or a stagger. Twist. I'm going to show you this side first, actually. Weight, light weight is at my chest. Doing a controlled twist. Back to center. Extend those arms out and back in. I'm going to stay on this one side. Doing a nice controlled twist. Straight out with my arms. For about 8 to 10 each side. This weight should be heavy enough where you feel that core and those shoulders really turn on as you press it away from your body. And enough so when you're twisting, again, you have to use those obliques, those side abs to help pull yourself back to center after that twist. I didn't count. As we're twisting also, as always, this knee stays forward of the toe, weight in that midfoot. Don't let that knee pull open. Woo! Twist and press, twist and press. Grab yourself a hip circle band. We're going to do some glute bridges with the hip circles. We're going to be pushing our knees out against that band. So I'm seated, putting that band right above my knees, rolling myself to my back, planting my feet firmly on the ground, shimming my shoulders into the ground. I can do a little tilt in my pelvis if I wish, and then roll myself up to that glute bridge, push out against those knees, and then roll down, roll up, and roll down. If you're comfortable raising straight up, by all means do. We're just being mindful of our lower backs to do it the rolling way, but the whole time I'm pressing out against this band. I still want my feet to be flat into the floor. I don't want to be rolling to the edges of my feet, but I want to bring putting that pressure on the band so I get a little bit extra engagement of my glutes. Yes. 10 to 12 to 15. Yeah, go ahead and do 15 if you wish on those glute bridges. And now we're coming up for a little hopping option in our warm-up. A couple ways you can do this. We're going to go in a plus sign. So forward, side, back, side. You can do it as a quick step, which I actually think is harder on the brain. Or you can turn this into a skip, skipping each direction. You can do a slow hop, double foot, all four directions. I am increasing in impact, by the way, or fast. We're going to get a total of like 4 to 6, depending on if you're going fast or slow on those hops, and then bringing it back to our air squats. Knees, check over our toes, hips back and down. Weight on our midfoot, go as far as you're comfortable going down. Maybe as you get warmed up, you're going to go a little bit farther. 10 to 12. Air squats. I'm gonna grab a little bit heavier weight for the second round of my twist and press because I want to have enough that I feel those obliques turn on to get me back to center on my twist, and I feel the shoulders and the entire core, including my back, turn on to stabilize as I press. Core to extremities. That's my tagline today. Yes. Or my motto today. That's what I mean. It all starts in the core. How many was I doing? 6 to 8? Yeah, 7. Right in the middle. Oh, and then grab that hip circle to get back on the ground for my glute bridges. So, right below the knees, when I lay back, I'm going to get that little bit of tension against it, feet flat on the ground, roll those shoulders in, tilt the pelvis or not, raise, keep the tension on the band, and up and down. 10, 11, 12. Yes. Both the glutes and the quads should be nice and warm for our main workout today, and our hops. So various options here, right? I'll try to do one of each. Not try, I will. Makes it more fun too. Feel free to do the variety if you want. Or pick the one that feels best for you today and do that one with me. Okay. Woo! Good, I'm ready. I'm warm. Let's do it. 15 minutes, continuous rounds, 4 exercises. I think I failed to say that little bit in day 19, but hopefully by now we're getting the gist of it. We know what's going on. Variety of weights you're going to need for today. A heavier, medium, and a light, ideally. If you don't, again, we can make it work. You can make it work. But I'm going to have all 3 to show you when we go today. So get your breath from the warm-up. That's normal, right? It is if you're talking this much. Grab some water, and we will go here in just a second. All right, so how do we do the rest of this video in a different day for technical issues? So if things don't look exactly the same, including my hairdo, that is why. But let's do it. In 3, 2, 1, we're starting with a dead lift to squat transition. So this is a good opportunity if you haven't quite figured out yet the difference between that hip hinge and that knee dominant movement. So squats, knees slightly go forward, keeping nice and high. Hip hinge, we're feeling the back side. So quads in my squat, back side of my deadlift. How this is going to work is we're going to have a single weight in front of us or 2 lighter ones if you need to. Hip hinge, vertical shin, shoulders back and down. Don't let that lower back round or arch too much. That'll bug the back, right? So deadlift, down, up, transition, front rack, squat. Deadlift, squat. Deadlift, squat. All right, we're gonna do 6 to 8 of these guys. You can get in a nice rhythm, go fast, up and down, grab that bell. If you have 2 dumbbells instead of a single, it's gonna look more like this. So your feet are gonna be on the inside. You still wanna transition weight up and squat. Deadlift, on squat. Definitely probably did 6 to 8. Hopefully you did that many as well. And our jumps today. Literal jumps, broad jumps. Couple ways you can do that. Full expression of a broad jump. Use your arms. Get that weight back, or down, excuse me, centered. Take off with 2 feet, see how far you can make it. Whew, landing nice and graceful. Softly, try not to pound with your feet. We're gonna do 6 to 8 jumps. If taking off with 2 feet doesn't feel good for you, and that landing and pounding, you can do it as a single leg takeoff. Same idea, trying to land nice and soft and graceful, but that almost like skip, that single leg will take a little bit of that heavier weight off. If you're not doing any jumps, we're gonna do our fake jumps. Up on our toes. Oops, sorry. So loading down, up on the toes. Use that momentum, use those arms for our fake jumps. So again, 6 to 8 broad jumps, single leg, or fake jumps. Then go ahead and grab yourself your light set of weights. I'd at least start out with the light ones. I have water bottles. If you do this first round and you decide that you would like a little bit heavier, all good. I'm going to be in a V-sit of sorts. So a true V-sit is here, but we can bend our knees and we can put our heels lightly on the ground so our shoulders come up to take a little bit of that off of the core. So I'm going to lean back from my heels until I feel like, oh yeah, I'm turning my abs on. Here's okay. And then these weights are going to be at my shoulders as I'm holding my V, and I'm going to seesaw press. So I'm going to alternate presses into the air. I feel like I'm smashing my microphone. Okay. So again, if you have a little bit heavier weights, you might need to be forward a little bit more. If you're like, no, my abs can handle this, go ahead and, go back a little bit farther. You do not want to, you want to try to keep as straight of a spine as possible. So we're bracing our core to protect that spine, right? So a nice solid rock hard abs. So again, that's why we need to adjust, remembering back to how we control pressure management. Make sure we're not overdoing it on the inside. All right, and then we're gonna end with a bent over fly. So I'm standing up, I'm gonna still use these same smaller weights. Chances are light weight's gonna be all you need for these because our weight is going farther away from our midline, closer to the midline. More weight you can use. Farther away, less weight. Bent over, so same little good morning position. Feeling that backside turning on. Our arms are hanging down. We're going to pull our shoulder blades together. Arm comes aside, baby bend in our elbow. Not straight like a T, but using that chest and that back. Head and neck are neutral. So I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Right? Keeping that head and neck neutral. Butt, spine, still a little bit of a brace. Feeling that backside. 8 to 10 flies, itty bitty. Bending the elbow. Those things are a little jiggly. My water bottles are not full. Okay, back to my deadlift to squat transition. So I'll start at the top, light tap, bring it up. If you need to make this into more of a Romanian, so here's my Romanian, my legs are fairly straight and I'm pausing my shin versus all the way down, my hips drop, get a little bit more of my glutes. Lower is glutes, a little bit higher is more hamstrings. And squat. And if you need to adjust your feet as you go, like if you come up and you want to go wider, come back down, go narrower, that is fine. Play around with your stance. Really the goal of this is to feel that front side to back side transition. I don't know how many that was. And we'll do one more. Oh, beautiful. All right, broad jumps. I'm gonna do mine as full jumps. Hopefully not shaking the camera. Ooh, that might have shook the camera. It was not a very graceful land. Trying to land nice and soft, which might mean I don't want to go quite as far because I just want to get far enough where heart rate gets going a little bit and I feel that power, that drive, a little bit of extra load on my pelvic floor, hopefully in a good way. I'll show the skips again on the next round. Okay, good. V-sit, seesaw press. I'll angle for you this time. Gonna lightly raise my heels off the ground, weights at my shoulders, pushing straight up, alternating sides. Try not to let my Lower body, do this as I press. Keep those legs still. 4, 8 to 10. Keeping those light weights coming up. Bend over, flies. Open, straight arms, little baby elbow bend. Squeezing my shoulder blades, head and neck neutral. And back. So these guys, the main strength of this 15 minutes. This one, I think that's 9 of each. Okay, so let's try the skips this time, or it's not a skip. Single leg takeoff, same load, one foot goes forward. That was a little bit loud. And I want to try to alternate what foot I'm taking off of. Still loading at the hips. Graceful land. I definitely have one side that feels more awkward than the other. I always want to take off of my left foot, I think. Taking off of the right feels odd. Probably good, more good reason for me to do it though, yeah? All right, back down here. Straight from the front, why not? Woo. We try not to go straight into my, up by my ear. I do want to end here, but I'm smashing my microphone into my neck. Awesome. And flies. Whew. Oh yeah, I can feel that little pinch of the shoulder blades. Making sure I'm not using my neck. And keep my core on. Again, trying to make sure I'm stabilizing all the way down that spine. Okay. Woo. Next time I'll show you with the doubles. Hopefully I remember. If you don't have a single kettlebell, if you just have dumbbells, I know you've probably figured it out, but I can show you. Oh, don't let my knees collapse in. Knees track out. Knees track out. Not bending my back. So this is really easy to want to do, especially if you start going fast. So slow it down. If you feel like you're not getting the good form on those transitions, that might not have been enough. That's okay. Here's my fake jumps. My other modification. Up on the toes. Woo! Look at that. We're in the single digits. I guess we have been for a while, but it snuck up on me. Come on. Okay. Again, heels can be lightly down if you need them to. You can straight those legs out. That feels all right for you also, as long as you keep that back stable. Oh, my hamstrings are tight. Whew. Whew. I probably could be using a little bit more weight on those also. Maybe I'll try them a little bit heavier on the next one. But not on these. This is plenty. I'll slow it down. Yes, going slow makes it harder. I can't momentum. Can't bounce it up. Nice and slow. As we remember, we can always change things up. We can go faster, we can go slower, we can do more reps, we can do less reps, we can go heavier, we can go lighter. Always ways to make this your own. Okay, I'm remembering. I'm going to show you transitions with the dumbbells. So my deadlift is going to be a little bit more narrow. I'm going to step out for a little bit wider, squat, and step back in. Deadlift. Squat. Squat. So getting a little bit of bicep curl in there too. I don't have to step out in my squat either. I can stay narrow. All good. Last one. Whew. Broad jumps. Land graceful. That was not graceful. Okay. I have to go shorter. I think I'm getting tired. Shorter jump. Shorter jump. That's okay. Baby broad jump. I also think my surface definitely changes things. Let's do a couple more. That was not easy to control. Okay. Seesaw press. I'm going to try it a little bit heavier weight. We'll see what happens with my core stability here. So, can I keep the same position? Yes. Do I need to drop my heels and come up a little? Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah, but I still feel that core engaging. And if I wasn't talking, I could brace a little bit better, I'm sure. But at least that means I can keep breathing, which is a good thing. Shallow breath, up in the chest breath, or no breathing at all means too much pressure or not enough control over that inner abdominal pressure, right? Yes, I think these are too much. Yeah, don't want to do that. Okay. Coming into our final stretch here. Minute and a half. Feel like you want to pick it up. Go for it. Blaze through this last minute and a half. See how far you can make it. Or don't. Slow it down. Take your time. Make the strength count. Yes. I liked these guys. I think I'll do this for my last deadlift squat transition. Rotation. I'm not doing a very good job of counting. One more. Feel like I kind of arched my back on that one. Don't do that. It's easy to do when you start getting tired at the end. All right. Skip. That's better. Now I gotta take off with both feet. Oh yeah. This is one that my daughter would probably like to do with me. Hop, skipping, and jumping. Oh, and time's up. Good work, you guys. Okay, water and stretch. Water and stretch. We are gonna come down to our backs. We're gonna do, or at least I'm gonna do, you're welcome to do with me, of course. This isn't a forced situation. A modified pigeon on our backs with a little bit of a twist. So let's bring left ankle into my right knee. And lightly push down here. Feel that stretch all around that hip joint. If you want a little bit more here, you can reach through, grab that right hamstring, roll your shoulders and head and neck back down. And pull here. You can roll rock side to side. You can straighten this leg out if you want, roll the ankle around a bit. Go ahead and feel free to manipulate yourself here into the position that stretches you best. All right, and if you are holding the hamstring, go ahead and lightly let it go. We're gonna let our legs fall all the way over to the right. Get a nice deep back twist. Arms can be out to the sides or as a cactus to really stretch that chest out as well. Breathe into this twist. With each exhale, think about releasing those muscles, the chest and the hips especially, but anywhere you're feeling tight, bring your attention to it and let it go. Just like we do with the pelvic floor, you gotta relax to contract every muscle of the body. And it's not necessarily a passive lengthening of that muscle, but it's allowing it to work through its full range. And right after working them, it's a great time to let them relax. All right, squeeze it back to center. And we'll go other side. So right ankle, left knee, stay here, or come through for a little bit deeper, modified pigeon, little rock and roll side to side if you want. Try to keep the shoulders and neck loose without tension. I love rolling my ankle here. Good opportunity for some ankle love. Oh yeah, right there. Yes. A little bit of a rock to the left for that different stretch down my glutes there. All right, and let go if you're holding on. Let those legs fall to the side. Again, cactus or straight arms to the side. Feeling that chest stretch and exhale. Let it go. If you feel like you're struggling to keep this foot over, if you can't like just let it hook on its own, you can always release them, maybe hold them down with this hand or just kind of let them fall wherever they happen to fall. Because I'd rather you think about relaxing into the stretch as opposed to having to strain anything. All right. Squeeze the center. Legs go straight on the mat. Roll yourself over in onto your belly for a cobra. Baby cobra here. Big cobra here. Oh. Stretch that back out. Bring it back down. Inhale. Raise. And exhale. Bring it through all fours. Tuck the toes under. Hips up and back. 4. Down dog. You can just hold here. Feeling that nice stretch on the back side. You can pedal it out. Walk your feet to your hands. Get a little sway here in forward fold. Roll yourself up to a stand. Baby back bend. Side bend. Wiggle, jiggle it out. Good work. I'll see you again soon.